Hey, this is Jake Ballentine with Mountaintop Motivation. And a question that I get all the time is, Jake, why do you like Disneyland so much? Why is this something you talk about all the time? Why do you like Disney World and all things Disney parks? Why is this something you like so much? You're a grown man, this is kind of silly. Now, people don't say that, but I know that that's kind of the thoughts from time to time. But I wanted to make a video to tell you the real reason why. The real reason why I love this place, why I absolutely love Disneyland. Hey, check this out. Look, they are just testing out Splash Mountain in the morning, which is pretty cool. I'm here pretty early in the morning. There's not a lot of people here yet. There's gonna be a lot more people here later. But right now, they're just testing stuff, getting ready for stuff, starting the day. Give you a little walking tour of the park first thing in the morning. I guess the park isn't even technically open yet. My family wanted to sleep in, and I decided I was gonna come down here and be one of the first people in the park. So it's pretty cool to see. Let's see, we should have a log coming down any moment. There it is. See the log coming down there? My son went on that for the first time yesterday. Just barely tall enough to go on it, and it was so cool because he absolutely loved it. He loved it. He was laughing so hard on this drop. You know, I know some adults that drop is too much for, and he absolutely loved it. He loved a bunch of the rides. It was so fun for him to be on. For me, it was so fun to see him on there. So anyway, back to the question of why is it that I love this place so much? And yes, I love it because it's fun. Yes, I love it because it's magical. Yes, I love it because I find so much inspiration in the dreamer and doer that Walt Disney was. Absolutely. Those are all big parts of the reason why I love this place so much. And right now I'm in Magic Kingdom in Disney World, not at Disneyland. Yeah, I grew up on Disneyland, but I do love Disney World as well. I think it's absolutely incredible. It's such a fun place. But I'll tell you the real reason and the real story behind it. And it's because to me this place was a big part of my development in life. So around 14 years old, my brother Kenny and I wanted to get annual passes to Disneyland. And my parents, being the good parents that they are, said, sure, you can get annual passes. Just means that you got to pay for them. So you got to go get a job. You got to find some money, save up your money. And then, yeah, absolutely, you can have annual passes to Disneyland. So we took that as a challenge. My brother was 16, I was 14. Hey, let me turn this camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. So my brother was 16, I was 14. We both wanted to get these annual passes. We thought this would be so much fun. My brother had just got his driver's license. He had a old beater car that could barely make it down there. Sometimes we even needed to take surface streets all the way down there. So we pulled out a map. This is before MapQuest or Google Maps or certainly GPS. And I remember we took a map and a highlighter. We just highlighted every single street. We just connected streets until we made it from Pasadena to Disneyland. I thought that was pretty cool. Right now we're looking at actually, I don't know. At Disneyland we call it the Rivers of America. I don't know if it's called that here. I assume it's called that because over there you have Liberty Square. They don't have New Orleans Square here, they have Liberty Square. My guess is that it is called the Rivers of America. You guys can correct me down below, those who know Disney World better. But what we did was we found a job with a family friend. Started cleaning offices, doing odd jobs around the office. And we saved up that money. And we got those annual passes. Then we saved up money to be able to have gas money and food and all that. My brother was 16, I was 14, and it was the first time in my life that I set a goal and then went out and did it. I set a goal and I went out and I actually did it, and I reached that goal. It wasn't something that was external. It wasn't like something around school or even in sports or something like that. Some kind of church goal or something like that. This was something that I decided, me and my brother decided together, and we reached that goal. And for me, that represented absolute freedom, because we had all this freedom where he had a car, we saved up money, We had those annual passes. We'd go down there all the time. We'd go down there almost once a week. It was really awesome. You know, go in the evening and stuff like that. Sometimes we'd go during school, but you know, let's not open up that can of worms. Shh, we don't want anyone to know. But yes, we did. We'd skip school and go down there, had a blast. But I'd say this, is that for me, that experience was the first time that I realized that I could set a goal and I could go out and achieve it. I could set a goal and I could go out and I could achieve that goal. And if I wanted something, I could figure out a way to go out and get it. And to me, that was a huge deal. That was such a big deal to be able to do. And it just opened up a whole world of possibilities to me. And so today, not only is Disneyland and Disney World fun and enjoyable and all that kind of thing, but to me, it also brings me back to that place as that 14-year-old where I first learned that it was possible for me to set a goal and achieve a goal and reach a goal that I set for myself. I realized that that was possible. And to me, that made all the difference in the world. And it might sound funny, but to me, that's where my entrepreneurial pursuits began. My entrepreneurial pursuits, let's see if I can get that in the background there. There we go, that's where I wanted it. That's where it all began, because I realized that like I could have a dream and an idea, then I could set a goal, and then I could go out and make it happen. And to me, that's where everything started. You know, everything that I've started, you know, I've been self-employed since somewhere in the middle of college, and I could never go back to having like a job. I could just never go back to doing that. And I absolutely love that. I love having a business of my own. I love being self-employed. I love going out and creating things. I love having dreams and having goals and going out and achieving them. And to me, the person of Walt Disney represents that. That's why I get so much inspiration being here, but also my personal experience with setting that goal and going out and achieving it. That to me is where my entrepreneurial pursuits began, and I started to believe for the first time, if I wanted to do something, I could go out and do it. And from that point on, I said, okay, if this is something I want to do, I can go out and do it. And so now coming here, like I said, whenever Disneyland opens, but coming to a place like this, going over there, and experiencing this is a place that not only I have a lot of fun at and have a blast taking my son, taking my wife, and whoever I come with. I have so much fun with that, but also this is a place that represents achieving dreams to me. It represents going out and doing things that I felt like were impossible. And at the time, as a 14-year-old, the idea of coming up with the amount of money for an annual pass seemed like it might as well have been like $50,000 is what it felt like, but I was able to make it happen. I was able to do it. I was able to go out and make that happen. And so, I don't know, maybe you have a place like that. Maybe you have a story like that represents something to you. And if you do, that's awesome. That's incredible that you have a place like that. And if you don't, maybe go out and find a place like that. Find a place that represents something like that to you, that you can refill your soul and that you can feel that inspiration and you can feel that joy. But I can tell you this, from the lesson of a 14-year-old, if you have something that you want to do, whatever it is, whether it's starting a business, whether it's getting in better shape, whether it's improving your relationship, or whether it's getting an annual pass to a theme park, whatever that is, if you have a dream, if you're focused on that, you set a goal, you're willing to do the work, then you can go out and make it possible. You can turn that dream into your reality. I hope you enjoyed this video, this walk down memory lane and walking through an empty Magic Kingdom park. Hope that you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching this video. My name is Jake Ballentine with Mountaintop Motivation, and I will see you at the top.